Hey guys, I know this is kind of weird because it's the first time I record my voice for video, but I just kind of wanted to go over real quick what my leveling build looks like. I had a lot of people asking me what do I do to level, and what stats do I do with skills and etc. And so you may have seen some of my leveling videos, and where you can see my output on DPS is still solid for the build that I use. So don't knock this build until you guys try it. So I want to show you guys my stats real quick. As you can see, I run practically full vitality. You could run full vitality too. The reason why I do that is because here in Rosmerda, it's actually really hard to run into to restos, and I'm trying to save up right now for my last dragon egg. And so I don't want to keep using restos because then I'll have to buy more eventually. But now this build, again, don't knock it until you try it. I do rely a lot on my gear, although I don't have the greatest gear. I kind of skipped the 180 offhand just until I get to level 200, which I do have one, and I am upgrading this right now. I am getting a void version of this one, so I'm getting a few upgrades and and where I'll make a separate video with those upgrades, showing you what would my bossing build would look like right now, and using my cooldown swaps and all that. But speaking about swaps, even before I get into more into my stats, if you don't swap, you are holding back your DPS a lot. And I want to say that because there's people in all servers, a lot in Rosmerda as well, that do not swap. If you don't swap, it is a waste. And that sounds almost mean saying that, but it is almost like you're wasting DPS. Hot swapping just gives a lot of additional damage, and if you hot swap correctly, you can add more skills into your arsenal, and so that always helps out a lot as well. And so now let's get into the stats. Yes, again, I said I run practically full vit. I rely on my gear, but I also use bearers. Bearers get my damage numbers up a lot. So right now I have 2.2 damage. My attack is at 6.3. Now let's say I use steady aim, I use sharpen, and now my attack is at 6.8 and damage at 2.4. Now let's pop an attack elixir. Here we go. Which I do use, or I use combos at times. But let's use this just so you guys can see what my stats look like in that department when it comes to elixing. And now let's pop the barrel. And now my stats go up to 8.6 and 3.2 damage, which is honestly really good for where I'm at right now, being level 190. And so this alone just carries my build. And of course I pop a haste on top of that, and what my gear does, and how much it helps. So I never really ever have to use bolas or light heal. Instead, I can just focus on maxing these first 5 abilities. So I use long shot. I've heard people talk about barb shot. Personally, I've enjoyed long shot though. I use and barb shot only for the reason, only for elixing, only for the reason because once you get aggro, you can't use long shot again unless you kind of run, which you might see me doing that in my videos. But then I also use sharp shot. I use a double shot, steady aim, sharpen weapons, and I don't have sharpened weapons maxed yet. And so that's what I mean, that once I get to higher levels, because I hot swap, I can eventually max another one, which will probably maybe be light heal or anything like that. But I don't need light heal or bolas now because of my full vit build. And so I do recommend this build, to be honest, especially if you don't have the greatest equipment and you just see like you're dying fast, or anything like that. This will help a lot. Or if let's say you don't have a lot of restos, or you don't have armor elixirs to run or anything like that, just run this build. Trust me, it is a lot better than most people think. It was actually recommended to me by someone, and I knocked it, and I thought it was gonna be really trash build until I actually tried it, and it was a lot better than I anticipated. When it comes to the rest of the stats on strength decks, let's say if you don't want to go full of it, but you still want to get a decent amount of it out. I know right now I was testing strength out, but I actually recommend going a lot more dex than strength if you do want to add points into anything for this level. But it's also all preference. There's people who prefer strength over dex. There's people who don't even use the skills that I use. I just wanted to show you guys what I run, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will be coming out with another video showing my bossing build and using my cooldown. So I will show you guys kind of how I hot swap and stuff like that as well, even at my low level. So take care, guys, and thank you for watching.